Hello and welcome to session 35.2. In this particular session, we are going to solve problem on section 54, that is transfer of a house property and purchase of another house property. Let's look at the problem. Manohar bought a house property on 1st of October 1999 for Rs 2,30,000 and incurred Rs 45,000 on its purchase. The fair market value of the property on 1st April 2001 was Rs 2,70,000. In the year 9-10, he spent on improvement of the property amounting to Rs 2,10,000. On 1st September 2016, he further incurred an improvement cost of Rs 1,15,000. On 18th March 2020, he sold this property for Rs 76 lakh and spent 1.5% on its sale as brokerage. Point to note, property was acquired on 1st of October 99 and this property is sold on 18th of March 2020. So it is more than 20 years, so definitely term capital asset. Find taxable capital gain if he invested the sale proceeds in a new residential house to the extent of Rs 25 lakh and deposited in capital gain account scheme Rs 10 lakh. Then the cost inflation index of the year 2001-2002 is given 100, 2009-2010 is 148, 16-17 is 264 and 2019-20 is 289. Now before we go to solve the problem, we need to record some notes. Very important point in this particular problem. We will take note 1. Now very important, Manohar bought a house property on 1st of October 99 for Rs 2,30,000 and incurred 45,000 on its purchase. So cost and date of purchase. Cost and date of purchase, very important in the problem. The cost is 2,30,000 plus 45,000. That is expenses incurred. So cost of purchase is 2,75,000 and this property was purchased on 1st of October 99. 1st of October 99. Fair market value of the property. Fair market value of the property on 1st April 2001, the base year you can say for cost inflation index. 1st April 2001 is Rs 2,70,000. Now we know the rule very clearly. If the property is acquired prior to 1st of April 2001, either the SSE can take the actual cost of acquisition 2,75,000 or can take the fair market value, and among these two, whichever is beneficial or whichever is higher. So if you look at it, 2,75,000 is higher. So the SSE would like to index 2,75,000 as cost of acquisition and thereby reduce the tax bill, reduce the tax amount. That is the first very important point in this problem. Then in the year 2009-10 he spent on improvement Rs 2,10,000. Again on 1st of September 2016 he further incurred an improvement cost is given. So cost of improvement is incurred not once but twice in the problem and that's allowed. Then he is selling the property on 18th of March 2020 and sale consideration is 76 lakh and he spent 1.5% on its sale as brokerage. So we'll talk about the rest later. So this is the first note. Second is cost of improvements. So I record improvements are incurred after 1st April 2001. The improvement happened in 9-10 and 16-17. Since it is incurred after 1/4/2001, both are considered. Both are considered. Point to note, cost of improvement incurred prior to 1st April 2001 will not be taken into account at all. But since cost of improvement is incurred after 1st April 2001, both the numbers are considered for our calculation. So let's now calculate the capital gain. So I record over here computation of long-term capital gain. Computation of long-term capital gain. So I prepare two amount columns. Two amount columns I prepare. And I record over here sale consideration. Sale consideration. Now sale consideration is given to us in the problem. He sold this property for 76 lakh. So I record 76 lakh in the outer amount column. Then we deduct selling expenses. Selling expenses. And selling expenses is given. It is given as 1.5% on its sale as brokerage. Always calculated on the sale consideration. 76 lakh into 1.5%. So that would be 1% would be 76,000. Half of 70 is 35. That would be 38. So 76 plus 38, 1 lakh 14,000. So 1 lakh 14,000 will be the selling expenses. Then we move on to index cost of acquisition. Since it's a long-term capital asset, we take index cost of acquisition. So we have, very important, we take cost of acquisition or fair market value as on 1/4/2001. Among the two, any one, into CII of 1920. That is the current year in which the property is transferred, divided by CII of. Now, since the property is acquired prior to 1st April 2001, since the property is acquired prior to 1st April 2001, we will take the base year CII, that is 1/2. Cost inflation index of the year 2001 the base year will be considered. Now, we have already seen 2,30,000 plus related expenses 45. 2,75,000 is bigger. So we take 2,75,000 for our calculation. So 2,75,000 into 289 divided by the base year index is 100. So 2,75,000 into divided by 100 is 2,750. 2,750 into 289 will work out to 7,94,750. You can calculate that. It works out to 7,94,750. Next, we talk about index cost of improvement. Index cost of improvement. Now there are two index cost of improvement we will have to calculate separately. We take cost of improvement into CII of the year of transfer, which is 1920, divided by CII of the year in which the improvement took place. Now the first improvement took place in the year 2009-10. So CII of the year of improvement, which is 2009-10. Now cost of improvement, first improvement was 2,10,000. So we get 2,10,000 into CII of 1920 is 289 divided by CII of 910. So cost inflation index is given of 2009-10 is 148. So 2,10,000 into 289 divided by 148 will give you 4,10,068. So if you can calculate, the number would be 4,10,068. Then there is another index cost of improvement. So I can record cost of improvement into CII of the year of transfer, which is 1920, divided by the CII of the year in which the second improvement took place. Now the second improvement took place in the year 1st September 16. 1st September 16 is 2016-17. CII of 2016-17. So cost of improvement amount is 1,15,000 CII of 1920 is 289 divided by CII of 1617, which is given 264. So 1,15,000 into 289 divided by 264. So that number, if we calculate, we get 1,25,890. 1,25,890. So there is selling expense, there is cost of acquisition, but since the property is acquired prior to 1st April 2001, we need to choose whichever is the higher value among the cost of acquisition or the fair market value as on 1st April 2001, the base year opening date. So among the two, whichever is higher, whichever is beneficial. Usually the higher value is beneficial for the SSE because you will get higher deduction. Suppose you have taken 2,70,000, this would have been a lower deduction and automatically capital gain would have been more. So since you are taking 2,75,000, you get a higher deduction. So the amount of capital gain taxable would be less. We will have a look at that. Then we take index cost of improvement. There are two improvements. One is happening on 910, another improvement happens in 1617. Since it's a long-term capital asset, we index both into 289 by 148 and this 1,15,000 and 289 by 264. You get this value. Now we total all these values and we deduct. We total these values and we deduct. So we get 8. Then we have 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 plus 9 is 20. So 0, 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 8 is 17. So we get 7, 1, 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. Plus 5 is 14. So 4, 1, 2, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 4, 1, 2, 9, 10, 13, 14. So you get 14,44,708. We get over here long-term capital gain. Long-term capital gain. So 76 lakh minus 14 lakh 47,708. That would give me 76 minus 14 would be 61 lakh 55,292. We get 61 lakh 55,292. So this is long-term capital gain. Now remember, we are calculating exemption under section 54. So what I will do is, I will continue here. I will continue with the two amount columns. Long-term capital gain, we have already calculated. We have arrived at long-term capital gain. We have it here. 61 lakh 55,292. Then I record less, that is below this. Less, exempt under section 54. Exempt under section 54. Let's read the problem further. It is given, find taxable capital gain if he invested the sale proceeds in a new residential house. So Manohar is selling this house property and is purchasing a new house property. So exemption is available under section 54 and that is cost of the new house. Cost of the new house. So cost of the new house is given, it is 25 lakhs. So I record 25 lakhs in the inner column. Apart from the cost of the new house, Manohar has also deposited that money in capital gain account scheme. So a deposit in capital gain account scheme, I recorded as CGAS, and he has deposited at around 10 lakh. Remember, we normally talk about transfer of one house property, purchase of one house property only. But by depositing in CGAS, he is just postponing his taxability of capital gain. So under section 54, cost of the new house is claimed as deduction. So also deposit in capital gain account scheme. So total amount to be deducted is 35 lakhs. 35 lakhs. Now we have long-term capital gain of 61 lakh 55,292. From this number, we need to deduct exemption under section 54 and there we can arrive at taxable long-term capital gain. Taxable long-term capital gain. So let's calculate 61 minus 35. That would be 25, 30, 40, 60. 26 lakh 26, so it will be 25 lakh, that would be 60, not 25, it will be 26, 61 minus 35 is 26, 55 292, 26 lakh 55,292 will be the taxable long-term capital gain. So let's understand this particular problem. Sale consideration is given. Selling expenses is 1.5%, always calculated on sale consideration. Then we have this property being acquired prior to 1/4/2001. SSE is given an option either to take the actual cost of acquisition or fair market value of the property on 1st April 2001, whichever is beneficial. Here 2,75,000 is beneficial into 1920 CII, which is 289, divided by, since the property is acquired prior to 1st April 2001, we take cost inflation index of the base year, that is 1/2, which is 100. So when you calculate, you get 7,94,750. Now in this problem there are two improvements. You can have 2, you can have 10 improvements also. Provided it's a long-term capital asset, you can do the indexation. So cost of improvement is CII of 1920 by CII of the first improvement is 910. So when you calculate 289 by 148, you get 4,10,068. Another improvement in the year 1617, 1,15,000 is the cost of improvement, index it, you get into 289, that is CII of 1920 by 264, you get 1,25,890. So when you add up this, you get 14,44,708, and from 76,000, these amounts are to be deducted. We get long-term capital gain of 61,55,292. Now the SSE is taking the benefit of section 54. SSE is purchasing a new house. So cost of the new house can be claimed as exemption under section 54 up to the cost of the new house, which is 25 lakh given. Also he has deposited in capital gain account scheme amounting to 10 lakh rupees. So total amount deductible is 35 lakh. So from 61,55,292, we deduct 35 lakh, we get taxable long-term capital gain of 26,55,292. I hope this problem on exemption under section 54 is clear. Thank you.